Everything around you is alive with energy, vibrating, humming, resonating at different frequencies. The walls, the sky, your body, even the thoughts flickering through your mind. It's all energy, shaped by invisible patterns the eye can't see, but the soul can feel. What most people never realize is this: energy isn't just around you, it flows through you. You're not simply watching life unfold. You are broadcasting, emitting, directing. Every single moment, you are sending out a signal, and that signal is shaping the world around you. But the world doesn't teach you to look within. It teaches you to fix, chase, perform, to rearrange the outside while ignoring the source inside. Yet quietly, quantum physics has been saying something radical. The real transformation doesn't begin out there. It begins in the unseen, in the subtle field of your own vibration. You were never meant to chase outcomes. You were designed to emit a frequency so clear, so aligned, that reality has no choice but to mirror it back to you. That frequency is your vibration. And no, it's not some vague spiritual idea. It's real, it's measurable, it's science. Einstein understood it, Planck proved it, Tesla breathed it. At the deepest level, everything is energy in motion. This is the quantum shift. You're not here to force your reality to change. You're here to remember that you are the frequency that reality reflects. Not by pushing, not by striving, but by becoming internally coherent, vibrationally aligned, deeply present in your own being. You don't need to chase a new life. You only need to align with the one already waiting for you, encoded in the quantum field, prepared for the version of you who finally remembers how to receive. That's the truth most never hear. Manifestation isn't about pulling something closer. It's about tuning yourself to what's already in harmony with who you are. But here's the paradox. Most people think they need to do more to raise their vibration, more affirmations, more meditation, more journaling, more effort. But energy doesn't respond to quantity. It responds to alignment. It doesn't respond to how much you do. It responds to how real you are. Your vibration is born from your authenticity, from the truth you feel when no one's watching, from the beliefs that whisper when your mind grows still, from what you embody when you stop performing and just be. When this sinks in, when you understand that your vibration isn't what you say, but who you are, everything begins to shift. Suddenly the delays make sense. The blocks, the confusion, the endless loops, they aren't random. They're reflections of a signal you've been unconsciously sending. Because the universe doesn't give you what you want, it mirrors who you're willing to become. This journey doesn't begin by reaching higher. It begins by going deeper, deeper into your awareness, deeper into your emotional blueprint, deeper into the identity you've been rehearsing for so long, you forgot you could change the script. The universe isn't waiting for your voice, it's waiting for your frequency. And your frequency, it is shaped moment by your state of being. That's why you can do everything right, meditate, journal, speak affirmations, and still feel misaligned. Because if the source of those actions is fear, or lack, or I'm not enough, then that's the real message you're transmitting. The field is always listening, not to your lips, but to your nervous system, to your emotional signature, to the energy beneath your habits. This isn't about being perfect, it's about becoming coherent. When your thoughts, your feelings, and your intentions fall into harmony, your field becomes magnetic. Reality starts bending, synchronicities multiply. The impossible becomes inevitable, because it always was. You just weren't in range before. This is the invitation. Stop chasing the outcome. Start becoming the version of you that matches it. Stop feeding fear. Stop rehearsing scarcity. Stop aligning with timelines that your highest self has already outgrown. The version of you who is already living your dream life. They're not distant. They're already encoded within you, in your frequency, waiting to be tuned into. And when you remember that, not just in your mind, but in your cells, the shift has already begun. Your energy is already speaking a new language, not because you forced it, but because you finally returned to the truth. It was always inside you. There is a language the universe responds to fluently. And it's not English, not your most poetic affirmation, not even the loudest voice in the room. It's vibration, a silent, unseen language of resonance, coherence, and truth. Most never learn to speak it. They declare abundance with their mouths while trembling in fear. They chant, "I am aligned," while resisting everything the moment brings. But the universe doesn't answer your words. It responds to your emission. So let's go deeper. Quantum physics shows us everything is energy, but this energy isn't random. It organizes itself through frequency. Your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, they all carry electromagnetic signatures. Together, they form a field, your energetic fingerprint that wraps around your body. That field is in constant dialogue with the quantum field, the invisible sea of potential that surrounds you, saturates you, and moves through you at all times. You are not separate from it. You are swimming in it. You are shaping it with every breath. And every moment, your field sends out a signal that either draws your dream life closer or pushes it away without you ever realizing why. Think of it like a radio. You don't chase the music. You don't beg the station to play your song. You tune in. You become the match. The same is true with reality. When your vibration harmonizes with love, with abundance, with wholeness and health, those possibilities begin to arrive. Not because they weren't there before, but because you finally opened a path for them to reach you. Two people can say the same affirmations, visualize the same outcome, even follow the same steps, yet receive wildly different results. Why? Because one speaks from lack, while the other radiates from truth. The quantum field doesn't respond to your mouth. It responds to your coherence. The now famous double-slit experiment revealed something extraordinary. Particles behave differently when observed, which means consciousness changes reality. And your inner state, the lens through which you observe life, is a form of that consciousness. It's not neutral, it's creative. Observe life through fear, and you collapse timelines of fear. Observe through love, presence, and surrender, and you collapse realities where peace and possibility unfold. This isn't fantasy, it's physics. Every time you shift your inner frequency, you are reprogramming the data the field reflects back to you. It's subtle, yes, but constant. The universe is a mirror, but not one that reflects your face. It reflects what's behind your eyes. Your inner world is the blueprint. The quantum field, it's the builder. And that brings us to something essential: intention. Many confuse intention with desire, but vibrationally they are worlds apart. Desire often comes from emptiness. I want this because I don't have it. But pure intention rises from identity. I choose this because this is who I am. And the field, it listens. It feels that difference immediately. When you move from wanting to choosing, from seeking to simply being, your energy sharpens. It becomes clear. And clarity is magnetic. But there's another key: attention. Where your attention flows, energy goes. This isn't just a cliche, it's quantum truth. Focused attention collapses probability. It shines a spotlight on one path while dimming the rest. Scatter your focus in your energy fragments. Direct it with precision, and your frequency becomes a carrier wave, a transmitter the universe cannot ignore. Now let's go deeper still, into emotion. Emotions aren't just reactions, they are generators. Each one carries a frequency: shame, guilt, fear. These are low vibrations, incoherent signals that distort your field. But love, gratitude, compassion, these are stabilizers. They amplify your field. They create resonance between you and the reality you seek. When your emotions align with your intentions, when your feeling matches your focus, your entire being becomes a declaration. This is who I am. And the universe responds, not with delay, but with echo. Here's the great irony. Most people try to manifest their dream life from a place of internal noise. They broadcast confusion and expect clarity. They vibrate chaos and plead for peace. But manifestation is not magic, it's calibration. The universe isn't judging you, it's simply mirroring you. So the real question becomes, what are you actually broadcasting? What is the true frequency of your life? In the quiet moments when no one's watching? Not the one you wish for, but the one your heart, your body, and your nervous system actually believe. Because that's the frequency the field hears, and that's the version of reality it delivers. This is why the work of alignment isn't about doing more. It's about tuning more. You are not just a person. You are a field. You are a signal. You are a code in constant dialogue with the universe. And the moment you begin speaking its language, through presence, through coherence, through elevated emotion, your life starts to reflect a new truth. The version of you that once felt far away was never far at all. It was just waiting for you to tune in. You can say all the right things, craft flawless affirmations, cover your walls with vision boards, journal your dreams every morning, but if the feeling behind those actions is fear, if the emotion in your body is still rooted in lack, if your nervous system is wired for survival, then the field hears that message, not your words. Because the quantum field does not respond to your wishes, it responds to your signal, and the signal never lies. This is the sacred honesty of energy work. The field mirrors coherence, not performance. You can say, I trust, but if your body trembles with anxiety, the field registers mistrust. You can declare, I am abundant, but if your subconscious clings to scarcity, that's the frequency being emitted. And in this universe, frequency, not language, is the currency of creation. This is where true manifestation shatters the illusions of performative spirituality. It's not about how well you speak the script. It's about the energy you radiate in silence when no one's watching. It's about the default frequency shaped by your deepest beliefs, your emotional set point, your quietest thoughts. It's shaped by the stories your nervous system has memorized, not just the ones your mind hopes are true. Let's get real. Your nervous system is not neutral. It remembers every time you felt unsafe, every moment you felt unseen, unworthy, or unloved. These aren't just memories, they're electrical patterns. And those patterns become your baseline broadcast. That's why most people don't manifest from desire. They manifest from conditioning. And that's where the real work begins, not in the outer world, but in the inner terrain. You must become a detective of incoherence. You must catch the split between what you say and what you feel, between what you want and what you're actually vibrating. Because the field picks up on that split instantly. And incoherence, it scrambles manifestation. Now here's the science. The HeartMath Institute has shown that emotional coherence, when your brain, heart, and body come into alignment, creates a measurable electromagnetic field. When you feel gratitude, peace, or appreciation, your heart rhythms synchronize. They become harmonious. That harmony extends into the quantum field. It's like a signal telling the universe, now I'm ready. Not ready from desperation, but ready because you've become a match. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls this the space between intention and elevated emotion. The mind sets the target. The heart powers the signal. And when those two are aligned, the field becomes highly responsive. But if your intention is to attract abundance and your underlying emotion is fear of failure, your signal isn't weak, it's tangled. You're pressing forward with one foot on the gas, but your other foot still hovers over the brake. That's why you feel stuck. Not because you're not trying, not because you're broken, but because your energy is divided. And the quantum field doesn't judge that split, it simply reflects it. Not with emotion, not with punishment, but with perfect neutrality and precision. Let's simplify this. Every emotion you carry has a frequency. Shame and guilt, they constrict your field, closing off your energetic space. Fear and sorrow, they pull your signal out of harmony, dissolving your internal coherence. Anger and frustration carry more current, but still lack alignment. Yet emotions like love, gratitude, and genuine joy, they expand your field, creating an opening for resonance to flow back to you. When you feel deeply thankful, not as a thought, but as a full-body truth, your vibration changes, and that shift becomes your invitation to the quantum realm. But here's the key. You can't fake this. The field doesn't respond to pretending. It responds to frequency. Your heart must truly feel it. Your body must trust it. Your mind must release its grip. This path isn't about forcing change. It's about becoming energetically honest. It's about aligning who you are inside with the life you keep imagining outside. So ask yourself, are you broadcasting coherence or conflict? Do your thoughts harmonize with your emotions? Does your vision match your vibration? Do your words carry emotional truth or performative noise? Because if they don't align, the field doesn't ignore it. It reflects it with surgical accuracy. But that's not a failure, that's power. Because the moment you see the mismatch, you gain the power to shift it. You can breathe in a new rhythm, move with new presence, think from a higher perspective. You can become the conductor of your own field. And when you do, reality bends. Not out of reward, but out of reflection. The field is always listening, not to your wishes, but to your signal. It doesn't need perfection, it only needs clarity. The more coherent you are, the faster your reality reconfigures. Not as magic, but as a mirror. So pause, tune in. What are you radiating when no one is watching? That is the hidden work of manifestation. It's not about shouting affirmations into the void. It's about whispering truth into your cells. It's not about clinging to outcomes. It's about refining input. And your input is vibration. To understand vibration is one thing. To master it is something else entirely. Most people are living in reaction, not creation. Their frequency is on autopilot, shaped by old pain and borrowed beliefs. But when you realize that energy doesn't just follow experience, it generates it, you step into transformation. That's when you stop hoping for life to change and begin reshaping it with the tone of your being. So how do you do that? Start with breath. Your breath is not just air. It's a tuning fork for your nervous system. When it's shallow and panicked, your body senses threat. But when it's deep, slow, intentional, coherence returns. That's why breathwork is sacred in ancient traditions. It realigns your field. It clears the static. Next, embody your vision. Don't just visualize it, become it. Ask yourself, how does the future version of me walk, speak, feel? Don't fantasize, embody. Feel it in your cells, not as a distant hope, but as a present identity. The quantum doesn't respond to time. It responds to who you are now. When you vibrate as your future self, timelines collapse and converge around you. Then audit your energy. Not just your thoughts, but your space, your routines, your inputs. Everything you consume, everyone you engage with, either adds to your field or drains it. Begin asking, does this feed my frequency or fracture it? You cannot rise in an environment that pulls you downward. Audit lovingly, but act precisely. Become fluent in your internal signals. Throughout the day, ask, am I expanding or shrinking? Reacting or choosing? Grounded or scattered? Catch the moment you slip, not to scold, but to shift. When fear emerges, don't resist, breathe through it. Guide the energy, don't fight it. And language, your words sculpt vibration. Speak from your future, not your fear. Replace I hope with I choose. Trade someday for now. Let your voice become a mirror of your alignment. Language isn't just communication, it's transmission. Your body too is a broadcaster. Stillness without presence is stagnation. Move with purpose. Walk, stretch, dance, touch nature. Movement releases stuck energy, reignites flow, reawakens your signal. Walk as your future self. Feel what that feels like. The universe doesn't respond to appearance, it responds to embodiment. But none of this works if it's mechanical. These are not checklists, they are instruments. You must play them with presence, heart, and truth. Otherwise, it's just movement without magnetism. This work isn't about more, it's about meaning. Not about effort, but essence. And here is the most sacred shift of all, choice. At every breath, you are choosing expansion or contraction. Even small actions, how you breathe, how you speak, how you respond, send frequencies into the field. You are always broadcasting. The only question is, are you doing it consciously? Because when you do, everything changes. Synchronicities align, resistance dissolves. Life begins to meet you not because you chased it, but because you became equal to it. So declare it, not just with words, but with energy. Say, I choose my vibration. Let it be a quiet revolution inside you. Let it be a code your future self recognizes. Let it echo through the field, not as noise, but as truth. When you take command of your vibration, you stop being a prisoner of circumstance and become a partner with creation. This isn't about positive thinking. It's about quantum alignment. You are not here to wish. You are here to transmit. You are the signal. You are the switch. And the uncomfortable truth? You're not waiting for a new life. You're waiting to become the one who naturally lives it. Manifestation isn't about asking for more. It's about becoming more aligned. Because the quantum field doesn't answer to desire. It answers to identity. We've been taught to hustle, to chase, to grind. But rarely are we asked, who must I become for that reality to feel normal? That's the portal, the leap. Not in effort, but in embodiment. All the versions of you, past, wounded, hopeful, victorious, they echo in your field. But only the one you live right now determines the reality you meet. And the field reflects you. Not your wishes, not your plans, but your present self-concept. You cannot attract abundance while vibrating lack. You cannot receive love while fearing loss. You cannot experience freedom while enslaved by self-doubt. This is not judgment. This is resonance. The quantum doesn't give you what you deserve. It gives you what you embody. So how do you shift? By giving yourself permission. Not to chase, but to become. Not later, now. Not perfectly, authentically. When your thoughts, words, feelings, and actions echo your chosen self, everything rearranges. You're not calling in the future, you are collapsing it into the now. And paradoxically, the less you need your vision to prove something, the faster it appears. Not because you're reaching, but because you've stopped resisting. You are not attracting what's outside, you're uncovering what's already true within. That's why things may not be moving. Not because your dream is far, but because your frequency hasn't changed. Most people want a new life, but keep the same energy. The field doesn't play that game. It doesn't respond to hope, it responds to harmony. So what does it look like to live aligned? It looks like showing up as your future self, not just visualizing them. It looks like choosing elevated emotions, not to impress, but because they feel natural. It looks like vibrating truth, not for validation, but because you've come home to yourself. And when you live this way, the universe doesn't hesitate, it responds. It organizes, not through force, but through coherence. People change, doors open, time bends, not because you manipulated it, but because you stopped sending mixed signals. This is your quiet power. You don't need to chase what's meant for you. You just need to stop contradicting it. So breathe, come back to your center. Ask yourself, who am I being right now? Because that is the only signal the field responds to. It's already circling you. Your dream, your reality, the version of life you ache for. It's not lost, not far, not waiting for time. It's waiting for resonance. And the moment your frequency aligns, there is no struggle, no resistance, no distortion, only clarity. Only the purity of truth made visible. If you've ever wondered where miracles begin, listen. They are born not in noise, but in silence. Not the silence of emptiness, but the silence of presence. The kind that arrives when your thoughts stop striving, when your body stops tensing, when the armor falls and your being stands bare and ready. It's not a void, it's a space full of alignment, full of possibility, full of the raw hum of creation. And in that quiet, something answers. Not from the sky, not from fate, not from some faraway realm, but from within you, because the miracle isn't what shows up. The miracle is you, finally vibrating as you truly are. That's when everything bends, not because you pushed harder, but because you finally became a clear channel. No static, no noise, just coherence. And the quantum field doesn't hesitate. It reflects the clarity you've become. The universe has never needed your effort. It doesn't ask you to earn, to prove, to force. It asks for one thing only. Be the frequency of the life you desire. Because once you are it, once you live it, you don't chase, you attract, you don't beg, you magnetize, you don't ask, how do I get it? You breathe, how do I live it right now? It doesn't mean pretending. It doesn't mean denying where you are. It means collapsing the distance between longing and becoming, between the one who waits and the one who already is. Because the gap was never real. It was a memory, a pattern, a vibration of delay. But now you've felt the shift. Now your body knows, your soul remembers, and something in you has already moved, quietly, gently, powerfully. No one tells you this. Quantum transformation doesn't come with a bang. It comes with peace, with the deep knowing that whispers, I no longer need to convince the world I'm worthy. I simply am. And from that space, reality reshapes, not as a prize, but as a mirror. This is the miracle's frequency, calm, steady, undeniable. It's not loud, it's not performative, it's magnetic. It's the energy of someone who walks into the world and no longer seeks approval. Because wholeness walks with them. It's the rhythm of someone who doesn't chase time. Because they are in sync with divine flow. It's the presence of one who doesn't ask for permission. Because their very being is permission. You've carried this signal all along. It was never missing, just covered, hidden beneath the noise, the fear, the roles you learned to play. But now you remember, manifestation isn't magic. It's resonance, it's frequency, it's physics. It's you, tuned. So let this be your turning point. Let your life be the broadcast. Let your breath be the prayer. Let your vibration speak louder than your doubt ever did. No more waiting, no more performing, no more negotiating with fear. Just this frequency, just this now. And if you feel this shift, if something inside you knows the miracle has already begun, let it settle, let it root, let it rise. Declare it not as a sentence, but as a signal. I am aligned with the frequency of my new reality. Let your words carry the charge of truth. Let your voice become the code that rewrites the field. And if this message stirred something in you, a memory of who you've always been, then you are already part of this field, already connected to this frequency, already resonating with the community that remembers with you. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are broadcasting. You are shaping timelines with the electricity of your presence. And in this vibration, the miracle is not someday. The miracle is now. Everything you've been seeking is already within. The rest is just the echo.